game in this moment for MOUZ, especially these unproven entities in Jimmy, in this return of exertion. Because the uptick in form lately from MOUZ, that was Twistzz op getting activated. That was Shuhei bringing in an individual level surpassing that of Dexter, and it was Frozen shooting for a hell of a year. That last map, not necessarily the win conditions we expected, but they hit it. Now, I think they may have their hands full, all right? I anticipate MOUZ will struggle with this one, if not straight up lose Inferno.
It would be reassuring for FaZe, but I fear the MOUZ ratting around in the apartments. Torshi taking Rops out straight away. And FaZe wanted to fake things out. They got too strong at B, they come back.
Grouping over in mid, but nothing set in stone yet for FaZe. They've kept Carrigan lobbing util over towards B.
No one's going to move.
I'll keep 3 players here, but the 3-2 split between B and A is fine for MOUZ. Carrigan getting out with a kill is nice, and now the A play looks to come through. 2 players down in the pit. You know about Torshi, and he's going to pick up his kill. Now, if you could get one more out of Jimmy, suddenly you're onto something here. It's just broky left to put a stop to. 1v2.
Bomb's not for him.
True. Planted opposite side of tall box.
They can't stick it. They need the kill.
Can they get it? Shui's got the flash. No kid on the play. They're going to try to run it forward. broky just keeping his head down. He could maybe peel one off as he goes back. Oh, it is for him. It is. They turn their heads. It's not enough. Frozen gets popped, and broky's just gone ahead and won the round. It looked on the radar like it was behind the box, but that head, Hugo, the head is all you need.
Just wide enough.
Pops it. And puts FaZe up with the pistol win. Now, don't do like you did back on Mirage. Convert a pistol on T side. That was the trouble. That was the issue. Keep it clean this time around.
Yeah, they need that. Nice position where he just can't get chased down. He can't get isolated. And if they don't have a kit, which they didn't, there's no way to get that bomb off. FaZe. Something. The consecutive rounds is the name of the game, as you say. Something they were lacking on the T side of Mirage.
Keep it clean.
At this point, just convert.
Just convert.
That might be enough.
Keep it clean. Harry Russell loves personal hygiene, so he's a big fan of this one.
Oh, I'm not right now, actually. This is filth. Frozen, top of banana. He hears that smoke tag. He knows there's more. The challenge of this second man, that's probably one step too far for MOUZ. And Rops.
What?
Dead now, of course.
Shot out the map.
Every time I say a name, I feel like they die immediately. Rain, here we are. Good position.
What could go wrong?
In on the backstab, but the scout is watching for him. Ooh, Rain is surrounded here, trying to maneuver. A lot of damage done. Rain, that's what he's got to do here. And with a bit of help from broky on the backstab from B, it's kept nice for FaZe Clan.
Nice to see the energy on Carrigan trying to rally the troops right now. Keep in mind, there's a fantastic history in Malta for FaZe, right? In last season, taking their win of the ESL Pro League finals and taking the Intel Grand Slam to boot in this very room. So FaZe want to return to the glory that was only a few months ago in last season. Carrigan's trying to get him there. He had a great map individually on Mirage. Had impact early on CT side, even if it all came crumbling down.
I don't like your use of the word few. It wasn't just a few months ago, Hugo. That was quite a long time ago now.
Time flies, bro.
You know?
When was it? March?
Yeah, dude.
April? March? God.
And it was on the
March
old
was like,
CS.
what, like 3 weeks ago?
Yeah. What's that, sorry?
March was like 3 weeks ago.
No, not at all. You've been off for too long.
6 months ago.
Get out of that time capsule of yours, Mr. Byron.
I've been buried in a box.
I hate how fast time goes.
I love to sleep underground.
You guys ever think about that?
How fast time goes?
Yeah.
Well, it's relative, actually.
And you only have less of it every day.
For now.
Well, yeah, until tomorrow. But it's always ticking down.
Yeah, I've had a good run. I mean, there's more to do. There's always more to do.
broky knows. There's almost more ecos to hunt. What are you doing next?
As in,
You can take that where you want.
There you go. Does that help you?
You guys want to hang out after this or something? Or?
Not really.
Oh, yeah, play some CS2.
I heard CS2's coming out.
I think, honestly, dude, they're just going to drop Danger Zone.
CS2, 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 Come on, Hugo, you didn't join in, man.
I
now it's
met
not
you
gonna
halfway.
come. You have to join if it's going to come, Hugo.
Thank you, Harry.
Just like
The
normal.
joke wasn't, yeah, the joke, it didn't hit the first time, did it?
No, listen, we can't expect the drop to happen while the dev is in the server.
No, that's a good point.
Hurry up, Robs, and get 2-0'd. Come on, buddy.
Well,
FaZe trying to wake up and pull it back here on Inferno.
He's 0-2 for the moment. But Rops has time to get active. It is Rops on Inferno after all. He will be up in the apartments and he will be pulling apart MOUZ soon enough. Will he do it versus Guns? Will this 4-0 streak come to fruition off of the top of the mid play? Well, I'll tell you what. First of all, Shu is dead. And when he's dead, he's got a call from the sidelines, which means his read's a little off. But the CTs looking to pinch upon what FaZe have finagled. A little arch control.
This is weird, though. They've slowed down, feigning the mid to be with util. Now they resmoke library and arch side to try and wrap the A side. All this has done is given MOUZ time to get set up in spawn behind smokes. Frozen Molly, it hits him. Torching must smoke his. Nades follow as well. This is uncomfortable for MOUZ, and the headshot does not connect. He's on 4 points. They are running him down right now. Even one shot would have done it, but instead FaZe break their way in for a moment.
Oh dear, Twistzz and Rain. And they're offering up two, and broky's dead now as well. Rops has got to do it all alone. Rops flying solo, Molly, and a tap on the bomb.
Okay.
But nothing to bait a peek out yet. That's the tap and the stick for xertioN. Frozen nails the shot, and so with Rops dead, MOUZ breathe easy here in this first rifle round, turning around that 2v4 in the blink of an eye to pick up their first.
Breathe easy, Harry? You think these guys are breathing easy in a 2v4?
Look at this.
What?
When you get given the invitation back into the 2v4 like that, you are kind of going, wow, damn, okay,
That's like the first 2v4 on this map ever, probably. Like, Rain just jumps over
It's not every day
Graveyard.
that those are the sorts of invites you get back into that retake. So yeah, I think MOUZ are probably feeling quite good at the end of that.
It's like when Willy Wonka opens the doors to the chocolate factory.
Yeah.
It really is once in a blue moon. Once a generation, in fact.
How often is it
you frequently visit the chocolate factory.
Yeah, you know, me and Willy, we go back.
Yeah, you got your gold ticket.
You and Willy in the chocolate factory. Yeah. It's good, man. I love it.
It's Mr. Wonka to you, buddy.
All right, you got 10 seconds in the everything is edible room. What do you go for first?
Everything is edibles room? That sounds dangerous.
Yeah, dude.
Probably going to start off with
everything,
something chewy or maybe something sweet like a brownie.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking for the licorice trees.
I'm swimming in the river.
You're not allowed to touch the chocolate river because it's frothed by waterfalls.
Exactly. He makes a
Everybody
good point.
knows that, Hugo.
He's got his lore. I can't deny it.
Yeah, read a book.
I preferred the movie.
Which one?
No
he didn't
exactly.
Even know
He's
there were
never even
yeah. No, we talk about this.
Who plays Willy Wonka?
The Johnny Depp one.
Okay, yeah.
All right. Come on.
Soon to be played by Timothée Chalamet.
Of course you would say it like that.
Yeah, that's
Can't
pretty...
just say Timothée Chalamet like the rest of the world. Timothée Chalamet.
Good one.
Here we are. Rops is holding, and so is Twistzz. But not holding hands, holding real estate here for FaZe. They don't come in peace. They want war. And so a bit of util exchanged at Banana, and the push is in. Twistzz trying to take the real estate. MOUZ will concede for now. Maybe elected to try retake Banana as that util comes in. Molly to make life miserable. But this is a really good, just trade left and right, a util. Each team denying the other team's move on Banana, and it ends in a bit of a stalemate with FaZe taking that real estate at the car. Rops opening onto Jimpphat is a bit of an issue here for MOUZ. It forces them to play this 2-2 split between B and A. There's going to come a point where they might have to start gambling or going for info plays here. 45 seconds left, so what will they elect to do?
Go B.
Yeah.
So tempting, right? When there's no CT presence being shown whatsoever, you're just sitting back on new box. How many B-site defenses have we seen fall when there's just a couple dudes back by the new box? All right, you're not Stewie 2K. You're not going to do it.
Clay count.
Maybe Shuhei can come over and rotate in time, a bit of spam through.
Oh, dear.
It works. It certainly does. Frozen looking to build something or other, and his teammate is completely unknown to the enemies. They've waited. He waits as long as he has to. Comes through with 3, and xertioN's multi-kill count starts to rack up already. 4 to the clock, which means still Rain can take it if the coffin peak comes. He's gone. He runs, only to fall in the fading seconds of this 5th round.
Post-round,
he died
no
off
money.
the time. Yeah.
That's a VP classic. The amount of times we've seen Flit do that, where they play 3B and Flit's the 4th, and surprise, surprise, you killed Newbox. Oh no, wait, you didn't. And xertioN tears down FaZe's pyramids once again.
Little did he realize, man, you don't need to build anything with the clay. You can just lie in the mud and hide and wait. And emerge the perfect moment. And let's just take a second and appreciate that extra second or so that he killed off as the guy's hands are busy on the plant. He's not spotted. He milks it. He milks it. Beautiful.
That's,
beautiful.
Play of the match already. Fantastic move. And of course, while he holds that shot, another player backs up into him.
Could it have been any better?
1. It's scripted, man.
A1S as well, if I'm not mistaken. Guy on oranges looked a little lost.
AK.
You know, tomato, tomato.
Both fruits.
Now what? FaZe, what are you going to work with? I think a second rifle actually was in Kerrigan's hands. Died so fast I didn't catch it.
This is like a different game after that round. That just breaks everything. MOUZ are suddenly all full of gumption, and FaZe are doubting everything, doubting every position, maybe even doubting themselves.
What kind of texture does gumption take?
It's pretty chewy.
Ah. Interesting. Like gobstoppers. You have those?
I know what they are. I wouldn't go as far. I mean, the center's chewy on a gobstopper.
Yeah,
the outside's very hard.
Yeah,
if
but
you try
you
chewing
get
through
there.
that.
Yeah, there's a couple different types. You know, that's one thing.
Chomper.
That's one thing. Going back to Willy Wonka, that I find, like, listen, I love Europe. I spend a lot of time here as a Canadian. I absolutely love Europe. You guys do a lot of things great.
Go on.
But your candy game is weak,
I
bro.
would say watch what you're about to say.
You have no Wonka
NA,
candies, no gobstoppers, no sweet tarts, no bottle caps, nerds.
No, listen, I'll
that's the
say
best you
this,
got,
dude.
Ooh, I love hard Haribos.
There's a lot of options in NA, and it's like, I don't know, they all just taste bad. They all
if
just
we're
have
talking chocolate,
I don't want to do
you're
this.
dead on
Yeah,
right.
chocolate's gross.
Chocolate's awful in North America.
Yeah.
All right, let's call it a that then.
Okay, well then, no, I can agree with you there. Candy is better. Thank you. Chocolate's worse.
A sweet treat in the middle for Yimmy.
Sweet indeed, as he mops up 4. On for the ace. He won't get it, of course. That belongs to xertioN. But a swift shutdown, and MOUZ find themselves in the lead. It's sweets for Jimmy. And FaZe now left on the back foot. I don't know where to take it from here.
No, that's fine. Sometimes just let it breathe.
Let it breathe, reset.
They call him the Candy Man. And he can. Right now, this world for MOUZ does indeed taste good. We've got nades down mid again. No AWP for broky. Of course, she won't go for his opener. He starts app side, keeping it fresh.
Hop from Torzi posted, holding. Man, we really haven't seen Rob's activated the way I thought we would. Not yet. I think that confidence we've seen out of MOUZ these last couple of rounds is going to put a dampening on FaZe's hopes. As the dream is still to just walk into B. The timing's there, but he didn't get the most of it. Twistzz luckily catching Frozen is big. If xertioN gets away with a second, okay, that would have been massively problematic. The bomb is going to be a little delayed. but it is still so much control here in the hands of FaZe that barring a Shui heroic, all is good. Bomb will come through on Banana as the smoke fades top site. It is fine. Nothing you can do about this one.
Hang on, they're about to flash a peek out of the coffin. Shui finds that.
Go on.
And that might actually give them a reason to go for this. He even backs off to deny the trade attempt out of FaZe. Robs is a ways away, so right now a 3v2 available on these two players in at the site. Oh no. God, with broky dead.
Twistzz though.
Jimpphat's found him. Twistzz up top. One kill from the man. Through the banana smoke. Twistzz just busted the molly. What? Jimmy's locked him out. And MOUZ. They're going to take the lead 5-3 as they pull up to that retake. A man down, looking for a way back in. They're given one kill on Shui, and that sends them through in a 3v3.
It felt like FaZe were playing safe enough. Broky just swings spawn. He just swings spawn out of nowhere with no support. Twistzz, I mean, wide on the angle, and he burns. The molly climbs the wall.
Dude. It's not even the most egregious step. No. You've got a player, you've got Twistzz backside.
Is like borderline understandable. It's not his intention.
No, not Twistzz.
Like, yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
Just like how does that happen?
That's mad. That molly climbing up feels like it decides so much.
Guys, Shuhei swings coffin and nobody shoots back at him. The bomb planter on orange is left exposed to the coffin peak because the guy back site and the guy in pit are just looking at CT cross.
That's just
there are multiple layers to that one. That is a ripe onion.
Yes.
A red onion.
A ripe one. FaZe are crying right now. It's being cut apart in their face.
There are tears. Light a candle.
You may be watching phases go out from Intel Grand Slam.
Ooh, that's a you've got to close it type moment.
You really got to win those.
However, the hit was good. The timing was nice. You got into that bomb site without losing all too much. Right? You're able to just encroach in based on timing, and all of a sudden you caught MOUZ asleep at the wheel. It nearly cost them. They get back with a chance. Will they make the most of it? Boosting a player up on CT. It is Shui to get Kerrigan. More players in tow, but that boost works out wonderfully. It's a double off of exertion, and just when you thought that B site was yours for the taking, for the challenge, Hugo, it is you instead that face the bigger challenge now. FaZe have been bottomed out economically. They are trailing by 3 rounds. They face elimination here in Malta. This has the rumblings of not just an upset, but a convincing 2-0 win.
Yeah, and xertioN, after these 2 rounds, this here, after the backside triple kill, and that previous retake, he just doesn't respect them. He's in T-spawn for crying out loud. He swings CT after finding 2 off the boost. He does not care about FaZe right now, and it is showing in the gameplay. 6-3, a confident display out of MOUZ with nothing to lose, with a map in their back pocket, and with giants to slay. They brought their slingshot to the table. FaZe on 3,400 a player, nothing else. It's going to have to be a half buy. And this is starting to look devastating. Just with how these rounds are transpiring. We're only 9 in. It's so early days. You can't call a game at this point, but something's in the water. Something feels off.
Minerals.
Yeah. These ain't rocks.
Fluoride.
Those frogs. I don't know, man.
My people.
Well, just stick to people.
Okay, sure. You ready for this, Harry?
I don't know. I'm hoping that FaZe can offer up a bit more resistance here.
Make them work for it.
I still don't feel like I'm living in the world where the 2-0 actually happens, but it looks like it could. FaZe down to these pistols. They're going to try their hands. Something a little more normal here, this fast play with smokes raining over to lock out these angles on long. They are now quick up in mid, but xertioN does not care about the names he is against on this backstab. He would uproot the round, but he never even needed. xertioN is here purely out of hunger.
It's good to just show that play, even if it doesn't actually matter. FaZe know, oh, the B player is in mid. Like, we're dying to the B player in mid. Like, that's in your head right now.
xertioN just became a part of the pack of terrorists.
Yeah.
As they ran up top middle, he was with them. He was in them.
He's TKing right now.
I mean, Wow.
He's killing this team.
So, and this is one of those things where I think it's because of the pace that xertioN plays Counter-Strike. I mean, he is such an unfiltered, unleashed, raw aggressor that it makes a lot of the other players on the team kind of seem slow at times, right? Frozen in comparison is a much slower player, but it's not like Frozen is like lurky. It's just when you contrast it to xertioN, dude, he is up there.
Back to a solid B hold. We got the AWP boosted. Frozen supporting with utility. FaZe awaiting the smoke fade. Frozen leaves his AWP there. Torshi has plenty of util to block. He can get a shot off. He's playing anti-flash right now. That's confident. Not even looking down Banana. He'll turn as the flash comes in. And he almost holds it. Double flash will absolutely signal the retreat. He wants to get as much value out of this position as he can. He goes for one more shot. Or rather one shot. Hasn't fired this AWP yet. Waits the boost. Up it comes, but this is not easy to hit. Flick will connect a tag. And he's got a Molotov to stop FaZe in their tracks. 50 seconds now back to the drawing board.
This is really interesting. FaZe have just faked that they've taken this top banana control, and now they have players out in top mid. For FaZe here, they at least know they forced MOUZ off of banana. They no longer have that quick flank, that aggro, but it might still come through from xertioN as he waits and bides his time in this long smoke on the fade, looking to play through it. xertioN dead immediately. Rain is holding for that. And so now FaZe are going to hit the go button. They better too. They've got 15 seconds here to try and get into A. 2 players to get past. Jimpphat, 1 kill from him, but xertioN can't deal with them on the swing. And so FaZe rock up. They get this bomb down with seconds to spare. And in the 3v2, things should keep looking good for FaZe as long as they don't lose anyone.
If that's a kill, they go for it, man. They got almost max money on Torshi. Like, you have to throw yourselves at that 2v2, but Rain's very lucky to live. xertioN jumps the gun a bit there. You know, if they're closer, maybe the random running spam connects, but FaZe give just enough time to get that plant with 8 seconds.
Just enough time, and I think time that was afforded to them because this was a bit more of a muted round from MOUZ compared to some of the more aggressive stances they've taken out of the gates in the rounds prior.
First kill is at 30 seconds, and it's the long smoke fade. So, and also xertioN dying, like he's been the hero. So FaZe really make that work.
This is one where they kept MOUZ at arm's reach out of the gate. Didn't die to xertioN in an instant.
Something to be said for that.
Grouped up appropriately, moved in collectively, and walk away successfully with the 4th round win. Still plenty of room for this T side to come back, right? If MOUZ want to come out, swing and catch you with those hot flanks, get into that weird B round where we've all kind of found ourselves shocked at a FaZe Clan round loss, don't worry. They love to make you sweat. Molly's immediately into the back of Banana, though. That's going to burn xertioN forward on 65 health.
Ooh, I think Torshi's about to get tested a bit more up-tempo here. FaZe are poised like they want to hit this right now. And so the flash in the top mid with the Molly on Boiler. xertioN's screwed, trapped in the corner. FaZe have found their way in. It's these fast plays out through top middle. Got themselves a 4-on-5, 5v4 rather, and now just Torshi's AWP to get past, but easier said than done. He puts up a double. Kill on Frozen as he rotates in, but it's traded out, and so for FaZe, this gets awkward. Left to just broky.
Winnable.
1 kill from him. He knows about the player in pit, and he knows about the AWP in the site. But will he be able to deal with it? Leg through the smoke. Disaster strikes. broky should be dead here.
Can he get out?
Gonna get the bomb. Been able to escape with it.
It's on. And instead of, instead of leaving, he tries to catch the mid play, which could have happened, but Twistzz was also keeping eyes on the peak. It's a race to the B site that, indeed, broky will win.
If broky can find this first, if he can deal with Torshi, he's armed with the AWP. Suddenly he's a real threat. They managed to keep him on the rifle. This should be a round for MOUZ.
The timing's good for
Torshi's kind of wild in here as he goes up banana, playing a rather deep angle. Doesn't want to get too involved before Jimpphat's here. That was the chance for broky. This 1v1 has been given to him.
Come on, broky.
I'm going to find it tucked in. Over at the ruins, broky very calm in this clutch as he reroutes around the ruins. It's ring around them all the way up through CT.
2,
Has to peek
1.
now, and he can't get them off the bomb in time. It's a good try for broky, but MOUZ will lock him out of the 1v2 clutch.
Damn, man, look at that tempo change. Karrigan, I mean, we could hear him across the room. We could hear him. He was making it very clear. I'm going through this smoke, and you're going to trade me out. And it looked like it was going to work with that flash, but twitztzz coming back with the re-peek. See ya. And a couple shots out of broky, but it hits Jimmy in the background, not the diffuser who's got his head tucked.
Yeah, Jimpphat has a fantastic position as well there for the 1v2 because he's baiting for the death if broky stays coffins, but he knows because he's wide, he can re-swing and trade almost every time. Like, broky won't be able to escape if he's peeking the planter. So it's, yeah, he's planning for both contingencies. And again, very young player, very inexperienced, but we're seeing him peak right now comparatively to everything we've seen from him before in this NXT squad.
What a time to come alive,
yes,
huh?
Yes. You know, that Furia game, he was a monster, but, you know, maybe not even required to be. This one against FaZe, no time like the present. Matching xertioN's score. MOUZ win the half at worst case. And that's after FaZe get out with a robbery in the previous round.
Don't forget, folks, 3-0 start for FaZe Clan.
Oof. Can they patch it together and find a 6 or 7 round half? That would be fine. That would be enough. 4? I don't know. Even Zonic can't save you now.
Twistzz scouring top banana, nothing coming at him.
Oh!
He missed chance. Sees the second one get into the spawn. He's got 2 smokes in front of him. I love this. Rain, get onto that pillar. Just wait. Twistzz tries to take it on his own towards Banana, and he's going to get now his teammate smoked off, but Rain picks up his duel. That was a very important head-to-head going on over towards Library. And look at this. Rob's crossing in the smoke, kills the little bit, doesn't know about Jimmy, who's got another chance to shine here. Rain swapping into the AWP, toys with the peek, takes damage through the wall, and as he crosses over, Jimmy's going to expose himself to the planter. Karrigan can't fall back. He can't stay alive. Jimpphat is tearing them to pieces, and he's got Rain already whittled down to 19 health.
Rain's rooted all the way around. There's a smoke on the bomb. Frozen could just hop on this right now, and there's nothing that Rain could do. Looking at short, Rain runs to his death. And so Jimpphat with one hell of a round. Him and Frozen combine forces to do that single-handedly. That's wild. 5 kills from the 2 of them.
Just when you think you've already seen the best that NXT has to offer, right? And another talent comes through that just long, juiced-up pipeline, Connor. We've seen so many players come through MOUZ's Academy roster, and another one is shredding FaZe and ready to eliminate them.
The thing that's so wild is, like, within this MOUZ team, I would say, like, in terms of the kind of expectations that you have for Jimpphat, the requests that you had for him on his transition to the top level, I think a lot of it was just kind of like, yeah, don't be, like, a detriment, right? That was kind of like where the bar was. He wasn't someone that you looked at and you go, oh, well, Jimpphat has to perform within this team if they're going to want to do well. He's got to be, like, one of the stars. He's got to be one of the guys right up the top of the board. There's a lot of other names here who can do that, but Jimmy is growing into one hell of a fragger.
He just had to be slightly better than JDC.
Yeah.
Or at least more consistent than JDC.
But right now, bro, he's lights out. And as we've kind of been saying, you know, he's topping the charts alongside the likes of xertioN and Frozen, the 2 kind of big name players within this MOUZ squad. Unbelievable scenes.
Crazy.
And too much for FaZe Clan. Too much for FaZe to handle. This one could end into FaZe have got a handful of chances here to try and salvage this first half.
The MOUZ era may very well be upon us. And it would be a run of dreams with Furia into FaZe, G2.
Yep. We did a lobby segment with Elige, and he said when we were talking about the draw, like, I'm just so happy we didn't get drawn into the bottom of this bracket.
Yeah.
Including MOUZ, Furia, FaZe to G2. That's the hardest run, and it's the one that these young guns are on.
Talking of young, it's the young veteran for Frozen. 4 to 5 years.
Yes.
At the highest level, at one of the youngest ages.
I mean, a previous Pro League champion.
Yes. Alongside
Karrigan. When Karrigan led MOUZ to a Pro League win, that was with Frozen on it. And again, he is absolutely a player who has not been, he has not had the opportunities to kind of take over playoff runs because of MOUZ's shortcomings. But when he gets his chances, I'm telling you, man, he takes them. Put him up against top 5, top 10 opposition. And Frozen will remind you, he's got it.
Yeah, if you'd have told me that there was a world where the likes of Frozen and Woxic as old MOUZ players were going to go further than Karrigan in a pro league, that's where I would just say you're losing your mind. You're actually out of touch with reality. But that is what's happening here. That is the reality that FaZe are staring at. MOUZ looking for the 2-0.
We're on the brink of something, man. You've brought up 2 great examples, Harry. You've brought up Eternal Fire, who bring Wicadia out of irrelevancy. Yes. What, his first LAN event? His second LAN event?
His third, but his first.
They're considering it first, right? Yeah.
Event, yeah.
So first LAN event, folks, making a run through the playoffs. And MOUZ show up with Jimmy.
Yeah.
With crispy Jimmy.
Slipping Jimmy.
They've given him a few runs. He has played at Cologne. You know, he's been around the block a little bit more so than Wicadia, but this is just an example. We look at what Karrigan gets to work with the undeniable legends that make this FaZe roster what it is. The LAN experience, the major championships, the double Grand Slam for a guy like Twistzz, incomparable to that of MOUZ.
And what's happening for them? I mean, rust, perhaps, for FaZe?
But guess what, Hugo? The winds of change are blowing as we, again, await CS2 today, and we may be welcoming the NXT generation.
Nice. They do say children are the future.
Some of them.
They've got to come from somewhere. And right now, MOUZ with double digits on FaZe's map pick. Looking to 2-0. We said 4 is not enough. Can FaZe find something in the dying embers of this half? So far, nothing would convince me. Mid smoked out. We've got 1 smoke for FaZe. We've got 3 flashes. They're going to jiggle it. Swap it over. Go for an apps pop. Torshi in the firing line, sure, but little Jimmy, he's got his back.
Torshi will still have to nail these. They're dropping on him out through the apartments, and so Torshi falls. Jimpphat holds the line with 1, but that is it for him.
Finally.
Karrigan and Rops successfully battle into A, get this bomb planted, and now FaZe have time to get set up in the 4v2. Frozen and xertioN have both been fantastic in this series for MOUZ. But a round like this is asking way too much of them. Leighton from long for Frozen, and a lengthy wrap out of xertioN all the way through the apartments. 1 fight given from down in the pit, but you don't even have to fight this anymore if you're FaZe. They will. They swing out.
There we go.
And Karrigan ends it with an explosive double. FaZe find 5, but is that enough to keep their tournament lifeline alive? He's got a chance in this one. Simple! Makes it look too clean.
Map number 1 has concluded between Complexity and Monty, and it has gone in the favor of Monty, 16-7. A massive performance from Warrior2K, as well as Krasnow on the CT pistol with an ace on the dual Berettas. That's both pistols for Monty. Coming up next is Overpass, the map pick of Complexity, who we can see just behind me having a bit of a team talk. Floppy, nowhere to be found so far. He was a beast for them just to get towards the playoffs. He needs to show up now, or Complexity will be eliminated. You can check that on the B stream, twitch.tv/ESLCSB. James Bartoff and Hawker will be bringing you all that action.
For both sides, Cadian nails the shot. 3 kills from the captain.
Chad Birchill with the B-Stream updates. And Chad, we appreciate your efforts, but nobody over here is about to open up a B-Stream because what we have on our hands is MOUZ versus FaZe. And this isn't some group stage game where you can play the day after and maybe the 2 days after that. No, this is a single elimination playoffs bracket that we are now a couple rounds into, and MOUZ a couple maps deep. I'm talking 6 rounds between MOUZ and G2 at a top 8 stage of Pro League Season 18. Harry and Hugo, take it away.
Yeah, this has been a 6 series out of MOUZ, and this third map has been dominated by 3 names in particular. Jimpphat up at the top of the board, and then you've got xertioN and Frozen in behind him. FaZe approaching the last chance here. They've really got to try and pick it up, and it would all start with this CT pistol on their map pick.
They've got to read, they've got to gamble, and the dice may roll in their favor. If MOUZ break through this, it will only be a sign of the times. Flash ready on Coffins, but they go through and they're back turned blind by Karrigan. It comes crumbling down, and if FaZe were not dead already, that pistol may be their demise.
No. We can't. It can't go like that. We need to rerun the
Restart
best of 3 pistols. Best of 3
MP
pistols.
restart.
I mean, how does Karrigan end up blinding everybody like that? What has just occurred? There's 100 ways this can end, and I don't want that to be one of them.
Oh, that doesn't feel good. Not for anyone but MOUZ. He was holding a jump throw right click, I think, that pops over Coffins, but did he middle click it?
Yes, look at the trajectory of that Coffin flashbang.
That goes way too far. That's meant to just pop above the Coffin. And he knows what he's done.
Oh, that is just brutal.
Uh-huh.
That is brutal.
Yes.
Oh.
They're going to try to play the tempo. They're going to try to get aggressive. This is what we saw MOUZ get effective with on their CT side. Those early bouts of aggression that had FaZe a little tempered, it worked. They try to throw it out themselves. Rocks out from apartments, traded out by Jimmy. Rain the last man up. Doesn't matter where he is, because what remains of MOUZ will group up and trade their way to a seemingly 12-5 lead.
And the scariest thing here, you know, this is the force from FaZe. This was them trying to reignite the rivalry early with the aggression coming in down mid, with the supportive util, the flashes to try and get them down there, and it's fallen on deaf ears. That means that for MOUZ, this isn't just a 12th round. This should be a 13th to follow with a full eco for FaZe coming up after this one. And so that leaves them in rather grim reality. If you're a FaZe fan, just 1 rifle round away from winning the game.
FaZe have pulled some phenomenal comebacks, but you could tell the mental was scattered in the first half with some of the rounds that MOUZ have pulled out, with the xertioN clutches, with the Jimpphat multi-kills, and then to think, hey, we have 3 minutes to sit here to talk, to set ourselves up, and then the pistol goes like that? I don't know how you're supposed to keep your head in the game at this point. And MOUZ are taking every chance, every possibility, and running with it.
I think the best way to try and keep yourself in is just to try and tap into what you remember being incredible comebacks and close matches and the grittiness that FaZe used to show us. Because there was a time, let's say back at like the Paris Major, where they gave us a match versus Na'Vi that was to never be forgotten. We're talking about a FaZe clan that went toe-to-toe with Ensign Dallas in what is, my opinion, the best map of 2023.
Yep.
This is a team that showed they fight until the very end, but it has kind of fizzled out. It feels as though that fire that you're hoping to tap into, you can't really even stoke the embers if nobody else believes.
There's nothing to shout about.
Yes, that's the thing. And we saw karrigan at the start of the second map trying his absolute damnedest to keep everybody mentally in check, to try and get that war machine rolling.
There's no fire, there's no ember. Right now, they're just rubbing sticks together. Hands going raw. And MOUZ, a little louder than their name would suggest. A pop-up B, and this map is done.
Flash is fantastic, frozen right in the eyes of two. And so they've just gotten through what was a light buy out of FaZe Clan.
Yeah, I mean, if it makes you feel any better, this was meant to be a MOUZ round, right? This was the one that they were meant to get nice and easy.
I don't feel better.
Torshi even
feel
on for
worse.
the ace, and so he's going to get it as MOUZ steamroll towards the finish line here. FaZe Clan, they've got this buy round. They've got the AWP for broky. They've got rifles on everyone else. Almost all the util they could ask for. They are going to be lacking kits, which will come to matter if this ends up in a post plant for MOUZ. But here it is, the one chance that FaZe have got to try reignite the belief in this series. And they're going to start triple B early on. They want to try and take this. They want to try and fight for it, but that's what Frozen is waiting for. The AWP of broky plays over towards mid. He didn't really have a spawn for anything, so he's just holding the line here, hoping that he's given a fight. Waiting patiently. Over under porch. He was holding on to the boiler, and the Jimpphat was about to go out there. broky falls back once that util reigns in over the top, and MOUZ now grouping for the banana hit. B has been an issue for FaZe. The second half started with a miss flash from karrigan that wrecked two of his teammates. The round prior, we saw that B hold with the hero gun falter immediately, and so now Rain and karrigan, they've got to hold the line. These two old familiar faces actually not going to get tested. MOUZ are getting tricky in the mid-round.
Yeah, they got the smoke out of them at B. broky gets pushed off with a flash, and ropz holds his smoke for a one-way, but is it preemptive? Down it goes for ropz. The last Molotov used in apartments, this was all a ruse. This was all a fake out. MOUZ wanted this B bomb site the entire time, and they'll send xertioN up on a little lurk. Twistzz runs that rotate, and xertioN hears his footsteps. Even if the AWP trades, it's a 4v2 for the round. 20 seconds. They will hold down with one. The captain now with the round in the palm of his hand, and he needs every single kill. They will not allow him to live long. Bomb planted. FaZe have to go for it, and there's not a kit in sight.
Yeah, no kit. That puts a lot of pressure on them in terms of the time here. They've got to be quick and decisive in every move that they make. FaZe going for this 2v2. Falling short leaves them with nothing up against the MOUZ that are looking for the 2-0 finish. Torshi swinging out towards the spawn, gets the better of broky, and for ropz in this 1v2, he would need both kills right now, and nothing is being given. He's got to run away, he's got to save that AWP, and that means MOUZ move on to 14, and they even knock out the AWP. FaZe don't even have that. This should be the end for FaZe Clan.
And to go out, not with a bang, not with a overtime affair, but with a whimper.
Yeah.
With nothing. With your map pick and 5 rounds.
Slippery, crispy, slick Jimmy has a 3.0 KD versus FaZe right now. Let that sink in. And I also want to say good calling out of xertioN that last round. That back and forth, trying to get FaZe lost. If you go back to the start of 2023, there is a content piece that ESL filmed with karrigan where he was asked to create his dream team. He could choose anybody from any roster. And his answer was that he himself would hang up the mouse and keyboard, he would become a general manager type vibe, maybe a coach. And who did he select as the best potential IGL on his super team roster to lead guys like ZywOo and Nico, Hugo? Who did he choose? xertioN.
Of course.
He picked xertioN. And this kid has just called a game with lesser pieces that make FaZe look like fools. This is not just a win where they scrape by. It's not the struggles of FaZe being capitalized upon by MOUZ. This is MOUZ making FaZe look as foolish as they did Furia.
Shui left a major finalist roster to reunite with the boys, and it would have been easy for that to mean nothing, for them to fall apart immediately and be underwhelming with expectations so high. But MOUZ right now are the real deal.
Frozen holds off on the mid play, sees the shadow, gets the most out of it.
You can go wherever the hell you want. A is open. You've got Banana.
They're letting xertioN clear, and so he's got all the info. At this point, he knows this A site's fine. He's about to lock that all in. And so with FaZe so far removed, with them saving money to buy up next anyway, I mean, you could almost say that like they may as well try their hand at this round. But they are a long way away. MOUZ charge towards 15. Not a single round, barely even dents made in this second half. And so here in Malta, where FaZe found their Intel Grand Slam last season, where they lifted the trophy, and things felt so sweet. Well, now FaZe's time on CSGO, on Maltese soil, might come to a bit of a bitter end here. The returning champs, one round away from elimination.
It's scary when you think about, of course, FaZe having hoisted that Pro League trophy a year ago. It meant so much for them to get that Grand Slam as it was seemingly slipping away from them event after event. Yeah. It took Twistzz going above and beyond in that Grand Finals last map to really cement it. And even though we celebrate and congratulate FaZe for that accomplishment, there hasn't been anything to celebrate since. And it's slowly been them backpedaling, losing grip on what they were when they won their major, when they picked up that Grand Slam. Here we are one season later. Sure, they surpassed their group. They got smoked by Na'Vi when it came to trying to take it all the way to top 8. First challenge in the playoffs, 10 match points.
Top 4 Dallas felt like a delight in comparison to what we're getting now.
No.
And ice-cold Frozen again is ready to send a message to former teammate, former captain, and current foe. Frozen finds a third, and MOUZ border G2 in that quarterfinals placing. Can broky stop them? Rob still on the A side. Orb scope denied as Torshi flicks him back, and it's onto the AWP to deny MOUZ the inevitable.
This is the insult to injury moment where your 5 versus 4 out of the gate with the AWP is lost to a wild spray through smoke double kill lineup. And as broky will try to put forth an incredible clutch, he is completely stuffed, and they do indeed close this. It is MOUZ moving forward in Malta. They have dispatched a Furia in convincing fashion. They have slain FaZe in a 2-0 timely affair. The winds of change in Counter-Strike are blowing.
The young veterans